Richard Hendricks, Georgia and Bama.
Big win for Kansas State, doing it on the road against an Iowa State team that has been one of the better teams in the Big 12. Welcome to a sold-out Coliseum in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Matt Schumacher, the former Alabama All-American. Richard Hendricks as Holloway puts in a three for the tie.
Aden Holloway has been spectacular.
Here is Mark Sears. Kick out for three. Bang! From the highest scoring offense in the country.
As you mentioned, not afraid to challenge his team.
Oh, good rejection, but a foul by Santos Cerril.
Cerril seems to object as he feels like he got a lot of ball.
Overs before they had 3 field goals, but they seem to have settled in here midway through the first.
Well, this test.
Sherrell, that's a three.
Big time shot by Aden Sherrell. Now this is a freshman that the coaching staff can play a little bit slower tempo, pounds it inside for twos, and if you get behind the pace, you're digging a hole to make it difficult to dig yourself out against Alabama.
Watch out for Youngblood. That's a three. Georgia approaching a 5-minute scoring drought, and it's finally ended by Tyrin Lawrence.
Good move there by Tyrin Lawrence, getting into that mid-range floater. You have to continue to be who you are, and when you try to force the issue and get into the pace game with Alabama, it makes it difficult.
Newell muscles it up there.
And absolutely, and dropping that one in a must-win game at Pitt, everyone has so much significance from here on out, but in a rivalry game, sometimes you throw the records out.
Carolina won both meetings last year. A bump.
And it's important that after the break, if you're Georgia, to try to reestablish your identity.
Sort of a snoozer offense that Georgia has had to start. LeFew bumped by Sears. That is the first on the preseason SEC Player of the Year, and it puts Georgia in the bonus the rest of the way.
Well, big for him. He has the experience being a high-level scorer, and oftentimes that translates regardless.
Demery inside to Godfrey. Great backdoor feed, and Asen Newell rather was fouled by Diabate. That's number 2.
And that's that big-to-big action that you'll see from Georgia. It has a little bit of a throwback feel as they're able to throw.
Newell only has.
He's made the adjustment to get some type of point production by way of getting on the offensive boards, but he's going to have to change his looks in the half-court set to try to be effective with getting a field goal.
All of a sudden, an 8-0 Georgia run after a pair of free throws by Newell, and that is quickly stopped on the lob to Sherrell.
And that's the big-to-big action.
10 points. To Shane Montgomery with a seam. Demery, floater rims out, and the putback is good.
Good activity by Silas Demery. Missed a shot, but stays after it. A huge putback for Georgia.
Nelson thought about it. Back to Sears. Oh, that's just a strong take by one of the top scorers in the SEC.
Absolutely. That play was done in the weight room as he was able to hold his ground right there at the top of his jump and finish.
Georgia still scoreless from downtown. Meanwhile, on the other side, Mark Sears throws allowed in the SEC behind only Oklahoma this year. In the opening half, Bama has led by as many as 14. Demery lost it and was fouled by Philon.
Good hesitation there by Silas Demery.
Well, coming up later on tonight,
South Carolina Played some close ball games, but another tough opponent tonight, and he has to get an easy basket out of the break.
Still Georgia without a made three. Step back from Montgomery.
High-level move there by Deshane.
LeFew. Sears left open. Yes, sir.
There it is, and a great recognition by Aden Holloway to find the shooter.
That's a nice take and a whistle late coming from up the floor on the hesitation by Dylan James.
Excellent look ahead.
First half by Demery. Just got it into the hands of Nelson. 15 to shoot.
Just look at the defensive pressure from Georgia.
And Stevenson draws a foul on the cut. And now Bama in the bonus. Today, after going 0 for 5 with only 1 rebound against Mississippi State, he's given them good minutes in the first half.
Cated those screens very well.
And Nelson draws a foul on the drive with the left hand.
And that's a tough one, and Mike White seems to have an objection with that call, as he didn't think Dylan James.
18 personal fouls combined between the two teams. Final minute of the first half. Sears with 10. Up and under, and draws a foul. Come from the line, Mark Sears. Big reason for that, the way he gets downhill.
Absolutely.
May only be listed at 6'1", doesn't play that way. Newell left it short, and a foul. Maybe some frustration by the projected NBA lottery pick. That's his second.
And that's a tough one right there for Asa Newell.
And we're checking on that at the moment. Meanwhile,
Alabama has done a really good job of showing bodies and not allowing him to get to his baseline spin. If you're
game and shot clock here for the Bulldogs. Demery with 5. Lawrence at 3. And into the hands of Sears. Phylon. Blocking foul. And Mike White cannot believe it on the Georgia sideline.
As he was trying to lunge for the ball, could have taken a charge, but the reach.
3.5 minutes would determine the game. Alabama has won those in terms of points anyway. Final 2.7 first half. Lawrence across midcourt and did not get it off. And the Crimson Tide end the first half on a 6-0 run on the bench.
He's been solid defensively in a reserve position down low as well.
Bama ended the first half on a 6-0 run. And that'll help from Godfrey.
It's a really good post up. Georgia loves to establish good position with R.J. Godfrey. He gets them going in the low block, and there he is with a good start to the second half.
Sears to Nelson. Oh, that's great footwork by the second-year transfer from North Dakota State.
And good recognition by Grant Nelson to take advantage of the 2 fouls of Asa Newell, not wanting to pick up a third early on.
Offensive rebound for the freshman. He goes right at Nelson and puts it in.
That's beautiful.
Sears into the teeth of the defense. Looked like he was half lobbing it, half floating it at the rim.
In between the pass and the shot.
Is there an inadvertent whistle there? Might have been. Nonetheless, Blue Kane banks it in off the window.
The shoe squeaking from Blue Kane as he created the space. It's a lot of physicality on both of these teams on the finishes around the basket.
Nelson, there you go, taking advantage of the foul trouble on Asa Newell. Remember, they had 15 made threes in their latest win coming into the weekend. And right on cue, Nelson from downtown.
Yeah, they're definitely going at it. Grant Nelson has a rhythm. He's getting it going.
Godfrey, left hand won't go. Well defended by Amori.
I'm Alabama. I'm going right back to Nelson.
Sears takes it all the way, slashing to the cup.
Strong take by Mark Sears.
Blue Cane had to have it. Bama had tied their largest lead of the game at 14 and was on a 7-0 run.
That's an impressive drive there by Blue Cane, taking on the shot blocker Amori and finishing over the top.
It's a Bama team that's won 4 in a row, including another top 25 win against Mississippi State as Sears flexing in the paint.
Loaded in the air to finish.
Newell. Great spin with the left hand for the freshman.
He did a good job of trying to face up a little.
Will have to mount a pretty sizable comeback on the road in Tuscaloosa. Godfrey counted in the foul. And the Clemson transfer will be headed to the line to complete an and one.
I mean, he's an X factor on this Alabama team. It's not just what he can do on the offensive end. His ability to rebound, play make for others, rim protect. When he's on his A game, Alabama is tough to beat.
Nate Oates telling us he's more explosive this year, and that has been huge for his game, playing more often at the 4 than the 5 like last season. Somehow Sears muscled that.
The fouls start to surmount for Georgia. This is where Alabama, and when he's able to do that, that opens up shots from the outside. He's a player that for Alabama, if you're going to win a tough game, you got to have Diabate on the court.
Godfrey trying to get tough in the paint and scoops it up with the right hand. Godfrey.
Similar, but I do feel as if in that situation.
Sears. Back to him. Bang from downtown.
Supported because the pace in which they play, but they have great positional size and length, and they make it difficult for easy baskets around the basket, and they can contest on the three-point line.
Floater from Montgomery is good. That's Blue Cane. Step back was rejected by Sherrill.
Good strength by Aiden Sherrill with high hands.
Come on. Holloway high off the window with some craftiness to boot.
Man, that was a tough shot. Looked off the shooter in the corner and scooped it up. Wow.
The Auburn transfer has found his place here in Tuscaloosa. There's no question about that as Dylan James rims it out. Third opportunity by Santos Surreal. Santos Surreal at the line where Georgia has great feed. Amori to Nelson, sent away by Santos Surreal. He wants them to review it. The call is goal.
Alabama did a good job defensively. They were zoning up with their bigs and daring James or Surreal to make a play from the outside, and the strategy worked.
Oh yeah, Chris Youngblood from downtown. Bama by 21.
Chris Youngblood is in the zone. He caught that one, ready to shoot it, and let it go with a quick release.
Boy, are they dangerous if he gets hot, like we saw him do last year after the 3 by Montgomery to stop a 14-2 Alabama run. Sears probing, finds Amori, met at the rim by Santos Surreal.
Good rejection by Surreal.
Lawrence fouled on the drive by Youngblood, and that is number 2 on the South Florida transfer.
Able to do. J.J. Redick has this Laker team 5th in the Western Conference, and LeBron James still playing at a high level.
taking on a Knicks team that's currently third in the East as Holloway is feeling it. His second three, and Bama now 9 for 19 from distance.
Holloway is a shot maker because he takes good shots. He understands where he is on the court, and if he doesn't like the look, he passes it and stays moving.
Lawrence was rejected by Diabate, but fouled first. Percent on the year. Dangerous pass inside to Newell. Montgomery tried to get it. 4-on-1 for Bama. Diabate with a jam.
Beautiful try.
Oh, Diabate just stealing it away from Montgomery. The lob. And Youngblood stops and floats it.
The way he's able to move those players around and the adjustments he's been able to make when he's been down in the roster has been phenomenal. It'll be tough for Arkansas.
That's just a grown man move by the fifth-year senior Chris Youngblood, who is coming into his own finally, telling us that he's feeling the game a little bit better now after he missed the first month coming back from injury.
You can tell that the game is played at a different pace for Chris Youngblood. He sees things before they happen.
Off the rim by Godfrey. Back into the game with 3 fouls. Blue. Oh, rejected by Philon. One back by Demery. Blue a 3.
That's in their opposing arena. So it's a challenge, but this is a team come March that you don't want to see in a matchup because of their physical style.
What a move by Asa Newell. Couple of tough back-to-back buckets for the freshman. Wide open 3, Stevenson.
Aaron Stevenson is starting to find his offensive rhythm.
And lost. The resume still looks very good. If you're Mike White, now the question is, how do we get this team to that next level where we are consistently playing to win these types of games?
Well, when you're playing in the SEC, they've been playing top-tier opponents, and obviously a lot of teams would have lost these games. But this is a Georgia team that's trending in the right direction as far as the program is concerned. And last year, as Clifford Amore makes a reverse layup, Mike White led this team deep into the NIT. They come back, played some really good basketball in the non-conference, and started off above 500 in SEC play. But some tough games on the road. But I'm telling you, the talent and physicality of this team is tough to deal with.
3. Rims it out. And Georgia today, 4 for 20 from downtown. Holloway, blow by, reverses it down.
Beautiful.
What an afternoon for the sophomore. Newell a 3. Well, certainly Georgia will still have plenty of opportunities to pick up quality wins. And they're going to count the bucket for Amore.
Turnover Alabama 19 times. You've outpaced them, shooting 69 field goal attempts to Alabama's 52, and you find yourself down 22 points. Under Nate Oates' tenure. This is a program that's always had good players and good coaches, but hasn't been able to get over the hump.
Prior to his arrival, the Tide had made 2 NCAA tournament trips over a 13-year stretch. He has been to 4 already, and they're going to make their 5th in 6 years this season.
And high seeds when he's able to get to the NCAA tournament. Sweet 16 experiences, a Final Four last year. He has a brand of basketball that a lot of players enjoy playing, and a lot of fans like to watch.
Well, to your point, they haven't had
what he's doing. And when the games get out of sorts and gets in the up.
Double-double performance for Nelson.
Karnowski not able to grab the loose ball.
Foul on Bama.
ball and show what they were able to do. This is a team that's been battle tested. It started off the SEC play with a 2-1 record with a big win over.
They will play this season in the SEC, who are projected to be in the NCAA tournament.
Resume with the back-to-back home games coming up for Georgia will be significantly important, as they will have to protect their home court. It's been a challenge for them on the road, where teams have been able to outlast them and extend their lead going away. But the home court has got to be important in the SEC.
Georgia right now on the 10 line, have not been to the big dance since 2015. Final 50 seconds in Tuscaloosa. Bama will get a week-long break, sort of a mini bye before the back half of the SEC.
Well, I don't know if it all depends on what happens. Sure. Obviously, you look at what Duke's doing first and foremost. Sure. You're one game off the pace of your in-state rival. That game on February 15th is poised to be a huge matchup here in the state and nationally. So Alabama's definitely going to have to handle business, because in the sights, it's what's going on across the state at the #1 team in Auburn.
Bama and Auburn will play twice. Once in February and once to conclude the regular season in March. Both will be must-see TV. Philon with 2. And that will do it from Tuscaloosa. An emphatic W for Alabama, as they have won their 5th straight and remain 37-1 against unranked opponents at home over the last 3 seasons.
Alabama did a good job of weathering the defensive and physical storm of Georgia in the first half.